Hmm. Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Hey, and I believe in dragons. And I'm also a Draconic Wiccan. That means, that is a spiritual path of the dragon, but more like with magic and doing magic and try to understand magic and things like that. So I wanted to explain a little bit more about Draconic Wicca, where it stands for and what it means. Draconic Wicca is a very personal spirituality that falls in the right hand spirituality. And that means your own experiences without any dogma. Everything that the dragon shows you is just and only meant for you, so that you can let your energy within grow. That means the dragon that you are. Um, uh, and the love that you send to the dragon, that is much the same that the dragon loves you. It's a mirror of emotions. It is a relationship, a spiritual relationship. Not really like the spiritual relationship that people have with Jesus, but it's something much more closer and more personal. A dragon chooses you on the day of your birth, knowing that you are and what you are and becoming under their wings. Of course, they just know it. They just know it, and they will guide you whenever something bad happens. That's something that bad can be avoided. Um, so they decide to guide you, and in order to work for the light, their priority actually to work for the light, to have balance to everything. When you meet people and say, "Bah, you are not a draconic Wiccan," or "there is not a dragon with you," or even worse, people when people say dragons are not like that, don't be confused or down because of someone that thinks that they know better, but they don't. They just don't. Therefore, don't let others create your spirituality. Did you know that despite the wisdom and knowledge of the dragon of thousands of years, that dragons prefer to stay alone because they might otherwise come into conflict with each other? Dragons could fight each other. That shows how divided the dragon can be. They are like the water, fire, earth, and air, wise creatures, life creators and creators of balance, but it's not one mind. They that agree with everything. That is just not one mind. It's impossible to agree with everything. Of course, they are so unique. All of them, all of the dragons. So yeah, they can come into conflict sometimes. They can have a fight. That is why sometimes we just cannot agree with each other as well. It's just the same reason. Um, So it's not one mind. They are just created by the earth, by the Tiamat, by the elements. They are not like robots or they are not like human gods. They have a personal mind, just like you and me. Even now, they can fight each other for being divided. There are so many dragons that chooses one person. There may be dragons waiting for 2033 because then the one will be born that they want to accompany with. That is the third dragon that will be born maybe for like example 2033 or maybe in 1955 or you know what I want to say. Every year there can be someone born like us. Um, There are four creators of life, and they too are the opposite of each other. Fire and water, for example, left and right, earth and air, down and up. Dragons are the same thing, strong together, but preferably not together. Even though I recommend together once is just like a dragon Sabbath. If you have dragon brothers and sisters and you know them and you can come together, then I recommend to come together. It will be something revealing for you, but it's a one-time thing. So it's better not to come together all the time because then the conflict started. Dragon witches and Wiccans who have their own unique dragon energy with a major element that supports it. The most important thing is that you can't be discouraged by others, outsiders, or even from the people who believe in dragons. But yeah, just don't be discouraged. Um, Even by your own brothers and sisters who think they know better. I know it's we are all human beings and dragon energies, and like I said, they can disagree with each other far much. In the path of the dragon, you need a confident mind, a strong attitude, and no doubt about yourself and the dragon. Therefore, it's only your experience, you, the dragon, and the nature that surrounds you. and give you both the energy that you need to be together. Learn from each other. This dragon is you in mirror image, only more scaly. The Draconic Wicca is also being called like that because of misunderstanding, because you use magic. You try to you also worship the dragon gods like Wiccans do, and that is but Wiccans don't worship dragons or are accompanied by dragons, not for that I know anyway. They claim to do, they claim to have, but it's not. It's not. And so the Wiccans, the Wicca community, saw something else in it. It's because these people were infiltrating in Wicca, thinking because they are attracted to magic. But these people uh, immediately they see that they don't fit there. They don't fit in these communities of Wicca. So they say, because of you using all dragon energy all the time, you must be some kind of a draconic Wiccan. So there it comes from. There it is. But it's not Wicca. We are very unique and a spirituality that is very unique. And yeah, you cannot have a name for that. It's just. But sometimes I call it Draconic Wicca, but it's also called the path of the dragon, the spiritual path of the dragon, because it's a path that we all take. It's a chaos. It's chaos, and we in this chaos we try to find our path all together. I mean, we all have a unique path that we follow. That is why that is the dragon's energy is chaos energy, all coming from Tiamat and the other dragon gods. This energy is chaos, and from there on you have to create your own path. And that is also what Draconic Wicca is, a left-hand spirituality where you have no leaders, where you have no one to tell you where you have to go, because that is up to you. That is also what Draconic Wicca is. Totally different from what Wicca actually is. But we are also using magic, we are also using rituals, we are also using witchcraft, just a bit the same. That is the same thing. And we can also have Sabbats. We can also come together, but preferably not too much. Like I said, the dragon can also, yeah, we have connection with all the dragons, and we respect every one of them, every one of the dragons, and those who are connected with the dragon. But we can disagree, and there is also a reason why sometimes dragons fight. But that is most of the time don't fight with each other. They avoid each other. But once they need help, the dragon will be there for each other, one family, and that is also what we should do. Be there for each other, and what we cannot do is discourage each other. Like the dragon isn't like that. Never say that to another one, because that can discourage this person and close the gates for the dragon for them forever. So by saying this, you are not helping the dragons. On the contrary. But yeah, I know in the beginning we make mistakes like this. I mean, I made mistakes like this, and every time it was like when I did this, there was something inside of me that said, you did something bad. What did I do bad? And yeah, or you are not a draconic Wicca. That is so bad that you can say this. Or what gives you the right to say something like that? I mean, I had some people who said this before, and what gives you the right? In Wicca, there is a lot of people who say you are not Wicca because Wiccans can be so annoying. No, I'm not a Wiccan. I'm a draconic Wiccan, and you are an asshole. That is what, yeah, that is what you should say. Draconic Wicca is a very unique spirituality that is only meant for you to do alone, in participating your own magical things, your rituals, everything. And it's very interesting that every time when you pass through another gate, 5 to go, every time you pass a gate, you will not know it immediately, but you will know it later on, like everything on Draconic Wicca. It's actually not, some people just don't like the name because it's Wicca inside of it. But yeah, don't care about this Wicca because you are using magic. You are using magic with mere thoughts. So You are actually far stronger than normal Wiccans are. Wiccans let themselves be influenced by leaders and group leaders and priests, and that is what you are not. You have to learn from yourself, your dragon, and the path that you are taking. From the chaos energy, you are making something very, very nice. And that is up to you to follow your own path. But don't be there for each other, help each other, but don't say that you know for sure what they have to do or not what the dragon should do or what the dragon is, because you don't know that. You can give examples for what your dragon is, but you don't know how other brothers and sisters their dragons are. So you're not actually not allowed to say this. And we make these mistakes especially in the beginning. And this is something that you have to know, because you don't help others with this. Draconic Wicca is something that they need to develop inside of their mind. The dragon is constantly speaking to them, constantly participating in their magical rituals that they are doing. And then you go there and you give me some information, or you discourage them. You see, that is why the dragon lives alone in their cave. That is why we should be alone in our cave. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.